Hey, so I'm going to give you guys like a real basic Pro Tools template that always works for me. I don't like a million different aux tracks in my session. I like to keep everything as condensed as possible, the least amount of tracks as possible. Here's my basic setup. I have an aux track for kicks and bass. Anything low end related, I like to put through the same aux. Kick drum, 808, sub bass, a synth bass, live bass, all that will go through this bus. And then I'll have my main drums bus. That's basically everything percussion related, snares, claps, hi-hats will go through this bus. Basically everything except kicks and bass. And then I have my all music bus, which is all the music. Your keyboards, your guitars, your synths, and all those get routed to this main beat bus. So this is pretty much the whole beat right here. Everything is feeding into that. So for vocals, I try to keep everything real simple. I don't like a million different auxes. I've seen some sessions where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't figure anything out. I hate that. So I like to keep it real simple. I have one main vocal processing bus. This is where majority of the corrective EQ, compression, coloration, all that kind of stuff is going to go on that aux right here. Even background vocals and ad-libs, I like to put that all through the main vocal processing. I want them to be glued together. And you know, this is just me, my opinion, but I like all that stuff going through the same bus. On the individual tracks, you could process them a little different, but when it comes to the buses, I like everything going through the same bus as much as possible, because that's how you're going to have a cohesive sound. You're not going to have things jumping out. For me, this is how I glue my stuff together, and I will send from the main vocal processing bus into these delay and reverb buses right here. Buses, auxes, to me it's the same thing. I don't know. I always confuse the terms. It is what it is. And then all that stuff is being fed into the every vocal bus. Everything, all the vocals, including the delays and reverbs, are being fed into this. So this is like the final stop when it comes to the vocals. Now this will have maybe just a little more EQ, just like a little bit, maybe a compressor that glues everything together, and a de-esser at the end. I don't go too crazy on this final vocal bus. Also, another thing is, if there's another vocalist on the song, like I'll even try to put them through the same vocal processing as well, unless their tone is just so different or they recorded in a completely different studio. Then I will have to make them a separate vocal processing bus. But I will usually still feed them through the all vocal bus at the end, just to glue them all together. And then from there, then I just have my master. Maybe I'll go over that in a future video. And also in a future video, go over certain plugins and certain techniques that I use during my sessions. But this is really just the basics right here. You set up your template like this and you're good to go. And that's pretty much it. This is my basic template setup for Pro Tools. I don't like to overcomplicate things. I like to just get to work and make things easy for myself.